Hey everybody, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
You're watching Tesla Time News.
Episode 552.
And now you know. So on Thursday, Tesla posted...
Ooh, what's in the box?
What's in the box? For the approximate 1.5 million Tesla owners in North America, that's US, Canada, Mexico, and Puerto Rico, that have hardware 4, who have not purchased full self-driving, Tesla is launching a free 30-day trial. So check your email and Tesla app for the notification.
And definitely try it.
Everyone will be getting 14.2 to start.
And 14.2 is the one that we just tested before Thanksgiving, and it was perfect. So I would definitely suggest trying it out.
For free! And I get it. Europeans watching are probably getting pretty frustrated that you can't experience FSD, but, well, maybe you can.
Tesla Europe and Middle East posted, come experience FSD supervised on your local roads. Ride along in the passenger seat to experience how it handles real-world traffic and the most stressful parts of daily driving, making the roads safer for all. Available now in Italy, France, and Germany, more coming soon. So it appears that you'll need to go to specific Tesla stores in those 3 countries.
So to find out which stores in Italy, you go to Tesla's webpage here. In France, you go here, and in Germany, here.
And it looks like all the ride-alongs are happening in the month of December. And it appears to be first come, first serve. So make sure that you get yourself to the appropriate Tesla store ASAP.
And please share a video contributor story or send your photos and emails of your experience to us at hello@nowyouknowchannel.com. We'd love to see it.
This is really smart because it should hopefully help get approval in Europe, because the more people who get to try it means the more people who get to talk to their representatives. And hopefully they can get it approved. And literally hours after we showed you video footage of us testing FSD 14.2 the other day, Tesla rolled out 14.2.1 to AI4 vehicles, including Cybertruck.
I took it for test drives yesterday in our Model Y Juniper, and it was awesome. I couldn't really see any differences from 14.2, but the parking lot driving is still the same. Not great. I mean, it parks and all, but it definitely feels like your chauffeur got out of your car when you get to the parking lot, and then an inexperienced 18-year-old hops in and parks. Hey, that's a space over there.
I'm assuming that this was a bug fix, maybe addressing how weird the download was for 14.2.
Yeah, many people, including ourselves, experienced that the 14.2 download took a long time to download, hours and hours. It kept seeming to pause during the download, so maybe 14.2.1 will fix that. I'm not sure yet.
Thanks to Ground News for sponsoring this episode.
Tesla reported revenue growth of 12% after 2 down quarters in a row.
But despite the higher revenue and achieving record vehicle deliveries during the quarter, Tesla profits fell 37%.
Depending on where you get your news, you might not have heard about this, or the story might look completely different.
Follow the story at ground.news/NYK. You'll see how uneven the coverage is. Out of over 100 reporting sources Ground News analyzed, 92% came from left-leaning outlets.
You can see how different headlines are framing this story. Left-leaning coverage frames Tesla's record sales with looming earnings woes and a massive profit decline, and they also link the declining performance to Elon's political involvement.
While right-leaning coverage explicitly attributes Tesla's performance drops to the regulatory credit decline from the Trump administration's climate policy.
When news is filtered through political lenses, it's almost impossible to get the full story, and the result is more outrage, more confusion, and more conflict.
That's exactly why we keep partnering with Ground News, an app and website that doesn't just show you the most important stories of our time. They show you the bias, credibility, and financial interests driving the different narratives.
Ground News was founded by a former NASA engineer with one mission in mind: to help people break free from echo chambers and see the full picture.
And we just knew that our viewers would love what they've built.
They're also recognized by the Nobel Peace Center for their impact on media literacy, saying that it is an excellent way to stay informed, avoid echo chambers, and expand your worldview, which is exactly why we use Ground News.
And why we've partnered with them to get you guys 40% off when you subscribe to their unlimited access Vantage plan. It's the same plan that we've been using every day. Just click our link, ground.news/NYK in the description, or scan the QR code to subscribe.
Ground News helps us stay curious, think critically, and stay grounded, and we know it'll do the same for you. So on November 21st, xAI announced that their Colossus supercomputer in Memphis, Tennessee, would be deploying 88 acres, or 66 American football fields, of solar panels on 136 acres west and south of the Colossus facility. The project would begin late this year or early next year and be completed in 6 to 12 months.
Okay, so how much power will that produce?
About 30 megawatts.
But Colossus currently needs 150 megawatts of power, And with it scaling up, it likely needs 300 megawatts.
True. This 88 acres is enough to offset about 10 to 20% of the data center's needs during peak solar hours. But if you remember back in September, we reported that XAI is working with Memphis Light, Gas, and Water to build a separate 550-acre solar farm, which will include grid-scale batteries, and that should generate 200 megawatts of power.
So this is a Grok image to show the scale of that 88 acres of solar. I can't wait to see what it looks like when it's built. Now, I am a bit confused because XAI has 2 AI data centers in Memphis, right? It has Colossus 1 and Colossus 2.
Yeah, it is confusing. Colossus 1 is here near the Arkansas border, right on the Mississippi River in the old Electrolux plant. That's where they used to make vacuum cleaners. It has about 200,000 H100 200s in December of 2024. We don't know exactly how many it has today. Colossus 2 is right here on the border of the state of Mississippi. Colossus 2 is nearing completion and is going to be even bigger with plans for 550,000 NVIDIA chips, and it could even scale to 1.4 million GPUs by next year. It should be the world's first gigawatt scale AI data center, and that'll need even more power. Wow. Now, you may remember that 2 years ago, back in November 2023, Sweden's postal union, called SECO, working with IF Metal unions, stopped all mail delivery to Tesla in Sweden because Tesla wouldn't agree to collective bargaining agreements that practically all companies in Sweden have to agree to, or else
your mail won't get delivered and your carpets won't get cleaned by the cleaning unions.
Tesla did not cave, though. Instead, they did workarounds and kept selling cars.
The mail thing is tough because official paperwork and things like license plates need to be delivered in order for cars to go out the door. So what did Tesla do?
Well, according to an investigation by Arbitet, Tesla appears to be using dozens of private residences, including one employee's parents' house in Trångsund and a customer relations staffer's home in Varberg to have license plates delivered. SECO's chairman, Gabriela Lavicia, says it's embarrassing that one of the world's largest car companies, owned by one of the world's richest people, has sunk this low. Unfortunately, it is completely frivolous that such a large company conducts business in this way.
But isn't it more embarrassing that a country won't deliver mail to people?
I just think it's funny. What does that parent think? Honey, what kind of company do you work for that I have to take delivery of things for you?
America's postal service is like, we deliver in the snow and in the rain. And Sweden's like, well, we only deliver to people who are in the union.
And to prove that Tesla continues to win against Sweden's unions, even though they lobbied hard against it, Tesla has just been approved to test FSD in the municipality of Nacka, Sweden, which is right outside Stockholm. That's Tesla's first approval to test FSD in an urban environment.
Wow. How did Tesla do it?
Well, Nacka is governed by the Moderate Party, or Moderata Samlingspartiet. And I guess, well, they're moderate. Grok describes them as a major center-right liberal conservative party founded in 1904 that advocates for a market economy, lower taxes, and reduce government intervention. As of this year, they hold 68 seats in the Riksdag, which is Sweden's parliament, and leads the current government under Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson.
He even looks moderate.
He says, look, I'm not saying you have to eat all your broccoli, but you do have to eat some of it. Ulf, he's the moderate guy. He says you can have your friends come over until 10 o'clock, but then you are going to have to do your homework, okay? Ulf, he's the moderate guy.
GigaBerlin's manager, Andre Therig, says that they have been running 2 shifts since September to keep up with the global demand, saying we deliver to well over 30 markets and definitely see a positive trend there.
This now includes Canada.
Why Canada? Why not make those at Tesla's US gigafactories?
Because of tariffs.
Tariffs.
Oh, so it's cheaper to import a European-made car than an American one. I see. So now Canadians are buying German cars if they buy a Tesla.
Actually, Tesla was mainly shipping in Chinese-made Teslas to Canada prior to October of 2024. Then Canada imposed a 100% tariff on Chinese-made electric cars, whereas imports from Germany fall under the CETA, or Comprehensive Economic and Trade Agreement between Canada and the EU, which eliminates tariffs on cars without stringent regional content requirements.
Weird. So we've been shipping in the Giga Shanghai cars? The world is weird,
yeah.
Okay?
And those are Canadian tariffs, by the way.
All right, time for some SpaceX news. SpaceX posted Falcon 9's first stage has landed, completing this booster's 30th flight.
And Elon says 30 flights of the same rocket.
Starlink posted, for those affected by the severe flooding in Indonesia, Starlink is providing free service to new and existing customers through the end of December. We're also working with the Indonesian government to rapidly deploy terminals and restore connectivity to the hardest hit areas of Sumatra.
Elon said SpaceX standard policy is to make Starlink free whenever there's a natural disaster somewhere in the world. It would not be right to profit from misfortune.
Wow. Not too many other companies doing that. Steve Jurvetson, who sits on the board of SpaceX, posted the Q3 launch report that just came out. He says for kilograms launched to orbit, SpaceX has 97% share for the US and 83% globally. The 8 Chinese launchers add up to 8.6%. Looking into the graph's magnifying box, IDF just nudged past Rocket Lab. So that box there, that is just that tiny slivers just to make it bigger so you can read it.
Oh, what the heck?
Itty bitty living space.
And Elon said SpaceX is accelerating rapidly. When Starship is launching several times a day in a few years, SpaceX will be roughly 99% of all Earth payload mass to orbit, even if the others triple their current launch rate.
So after Blue Origin's successful MG2 launch earlier this month, where they successfully landed the first stage, Blue Origin has announced plans to make an even bigger version of their New Glenn rocket, the New Glenn 9x4.
Why didn't they call it the New Glenn 36?
Well, because the 9 refers to the 9 of their BE4 rocket engines that'll be on the booster stage, and then 4 of their BE3Us on the upper stage, basically making it a bigger than a Saturn V rocket. So that's the Saturn V in the middle. That's the New Glenn on the right.
Wow. How does it compare to SpaceX's Starship?
The New Glenn 9x4 may have a similar height, but it will have less than half the payload to orbit than Starship.
But height is all that matters, baby.
5 inches, but it's thick.
All right, it's time for the Patreon bonus stories, and Grok has picked the winner of our 9th Patreon giveaway, the Tesla die-cast 1/18 scale Model 3. Drum roll, please. Congratulations to Kevin Patrick Vaught.
And don't worry if you didn't win, because we already started our 10th giveaway over on Patreon.
Our giveaway of the EVJect escape connector was so popular, we are giving away another one.
So join us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Get all of your Patreon bonus stories 3 times a week.
And you can enter all of our giveaways.
So what are you waiting for? Go to patreon.com/nowyouknow. See you over there, and be sure to comment on that post so that way you can get it.
All right, we're back from our Patreon bonus stories. Time for the shout outs. These are the important people to keep us going. Who do we got today?
We've got Alex Prothero,
Chaza George,
Keith Schurer,
Nate Buck,
and Satu Thundathiel. Thank you so much for supporting us. We can't do this show without you.
All right, it's time for Elon's X's of the week. And he said the current regime is turning Britain into a prison island.
Elon said, my deepest condolences to the families of the 2 National Guardsmen who were murdered in cold blood today. How many innocent people dying does it take to reform our broken system? Radical action is needed.
Elon said falsely labeling nonviolent people as fascist or Nazi should be treated as incitement to murder.
Then he posted this quote, any sufficiently advanced magic is indistinguishable from technology.
Kind of the opposite there. Elon said, update your X app and look at your following timeline. Posts of people you follow are now ranked by Grok. You can still access unfiltered chronological if you want. And he said, try using X for audio and video calls. You can ask Grok about medical trials of new treatments that affect you. Eric Doherty posted, breaking, the Soros-linked NGO World Relief funded the settlement of National Guard shooter Ramanullah Rakanwal in Washington state from Afghanistan. World Relief has received U.S. taxpayer dollars through USAID. This same NGO has worked with pro-migration and open borders groups in recent years that are heavily backed by George Soros every freaking time.
And Elon said, no kidding.
Elon said, high time that there was a RICO action against the Soros organization. And he said, an innocent, hardworking young woman who did nothing wrong killed just for being a white girl. I wonder how many times this has happened. All right, as we go to our new Superchargers, I just want to point out that John of the EVWire.com has posted this. There is currently just one EV charging network on the whole planet that covers our little Earth like this. And this is like a representation of what it would look like from space if you kind of lit up the Superchargers.
Wow. And Max DeZager said, still so much of Earth Tesla charging needs to light up.
Elon said yes, so they're not stopping. And let's see what they got for new Superchargers.
Oh boy, did they. We got the 28 stall version 4 in Livermore, California.
You got the 3 stall version 4 in Suning, China.
The 3 stall in Changsha, China.
3 stall in Wuxi, China.
The 3 stall in Taizhou, China.
The 3 stall in Zhongshan, China.
Got the 12 stall version 4 in Arlington, Virginia.
You got the 32 stall in Inglewood, California.
An expansion from 8 to 16 stalls in Lafayette, Louisiana.
You got the 20 stall version 4 in San Diego, California.
An expansion from 8 to 16 stalls, version 4 in Warsaw, Poland.
Number 209 in the UK, the 20 stall in London.
Number 203 in Texas is the 16 stall in Plano, Texas.
You got the 20 stall version 4 in Stuart, Florida.
The 12 stall version 4 in Big Bear Lake, California.
You got number 74 in Illinois, the 8 stall in Moline, Illinois.
An expansion from 6 to 8 stalls in Big Bear Lake, California.
That's weird.
Well, it's the version 3.
Oh, okay. We have the 11 stall version 4 in South Pasadena, California.
Number 10 in Arkansas is the 16 stall version 4 in North Little Rock.
Number 98 in Italy, the 8 stall in Busto Arsizio, Italy.
An expansion from 8 to 16 stalls in Ami-la-Plange, France.
The 2 stall in Hulen-Bure, China.
Number 214 in Florida, the 8 stall version 4 in Mount Dora, Florida.
The 3 stall in Zhongshan, China.
Number 2,509 in China is the 3 stall in Yulin.
Number 619 in California, the 24 stall in Camarillo.
Number 265 in Canada is the 12 stall version 3 in Delta, British Columbia.
We got the 9 stall version 4 in Béziers, France.
Number 35 in Thailand, the 4 stall in Nakhon Sawan, Thailand.
Number 97 in Virginia, the 12 stall in Newport News.
Number 93 in Spain, the 12 stall version 4 in Merida, Spain.
The 9 stall in Dreux, France.
Number 239 in France is the 8 stall version 4 in Rennes, France.
And number 42 in Finland, number 1572 in Europe, number 8011 in the world, so we just topped 8,000, is the 8 stall in Mansala, Finland.
Woo! 8,000 superchargers. How about that? That's Supercharger sites.
Yes.
Supercharger sites. Crazy. Thank you so much for joining us today, everybody.
You know, there are 3 ways to ultimate success. The first way is to be kind. The second way is to be kind. The third way is to be kind. That is a quote from my ultimate hero, Fred Rogers.
Don't forget to head over to our Patreon and support us so you can enter for your chance to win the EVJect Escape Connector.
We'll see you on Tuesday.
Now you know.